And we continue learning Amid Dirshu Brura Yaimi. We're in the middle of Siman Kuf Ayin Ches Sif Beis. Says the Machaber, Chaverim Sheyeshin Lach, Chaverim that are sitting to eat. V'yatzu Likras Chasan and Likras Kalo. And in the middle of the Seudah, they hear outside a Chasan and Kalo passing by, so they go and greet the Chasan and Kalo. If they leave behind some people, they don't all go out. Some people stay at the Seudah. They're allowed to go back to their place and complete the meal. And they do not need to make another bracha. And let's say they do not leave someone there. If they don't leave someone there, then when they leave, they need a bracha lemafreya. And similarly, as we turn to the next page over here, im hayu misubim lishtais, they're sitting, reclining to drink alechel beiros. Shekol amishane mekaymai hare pasak achilasa. And if you remember that we learned already in the Hakdama and in Siv Aleph, that Siv Aleph and Siv Beis are going to really be for us Ashkenazim and even for most Sfardim more introductory remarks till we get to the Ramah, which is going to be the real halacha lemaisa. So lishtei seilach peiros, if you're mishanim mekaymai, you're pasach achilasu lefikach. You make a bracha on what you ate. Make a new bracha to start. Let's say you move from corner to corner within one house. Then sarich levarich. So says the Mishnah over here, Sivkatan Yod Gimel Likras Chasan. You went out to greet a chasan. Who I did in the same issue says the Mishnah shows you go for an optional matter. Chasan is a chedesh l'rabusa. That on the flip side, that if debeloy nichasham adam sarch levarich berach samazim mikadim sheitz, then you have to make a berach samazim after sheitz a devar mitzvah. Says the Machaber, even though you're going to the devar mitzvah, if you're not leaving anyone behind, you have to make a bracha achrayna before you leave. Mixasan sivkatim yedel afilu rak echad, even if you leave one person behind. Levarich sheniya. Hainu berach hazam aitzi. After shanu mekamim, in time you change your place. The kim shenisha mixasan mekam loy paskus yudas v'yitzias, and that's the logos of how leaving behind mixas anashim works. Is that what? It's not considered that the meal has ended. When you leave Sevkat Zayin, the Kim Shal Anichlo Sham Adam Nifsaka Seudasan, since you don't leave anyone behind, then the meal ends. Al Yidei Yitzia, the fact that you let it. Now when you eat afterwards, it's a new meal. Now when you come back, Sevkat Yod Zayin, says the Mishnah Berurah Be'emes Kvar Kosav Zeb Zeval, we already learned this. Why? Or for that which we saw in Sivkat Yud Gimel, the chiddush is that even though it's a mitzvah, if you are not hiniach mixes chaverim, then you lose your bracha. And now this din of the hiniach mixes chaverim, particularly, we already saw in Siv Aleph. Mishmur there already explained. We learn a chiddush even in this case, mahani hiniach mixes chaverim. It helps to leave behind some people. And what happens? The reason is because if you're mishanim mekayma, your pasuk achilas if cutting your tats v'gara me'esach hadas. This is worse than just esach hadas when you don't thinking about that which you are eating. Apologize. A little bit of an explosion. She'ein mevarchin rak brach lechatchila kishachayzer lachol dezen nechshav kesuda acheres legamri. You only have to make a new she'ein mevarchin rak brach lechatchila kishachayzer baya has chadas, says Mishnah Berurah. All you need to do is make a new bracha lechatchila when you come back, and you don't need to make a bracha achrayna first. Whereas in our case, the zen nechshav kesuda acheres legamri. Sivkot and chaf. Ulefikach mevarich v'chulu hainu kishlo birach bracha achrayna koydem etziasai mevarich ata kishachayz. You make a new bracha when you come back. Klin moed leinin pas leel b'sif aleph. Sivkot and chav aleph. Limafrei, you have to make a bracha. Ubezein tzarich lachzil mekayme davka. And then in this case, you don't have to go back to your place Tafko where you were. You're able to make the bracha l'mafrei in the second place. The rak bipas. We know already mitzvah salikul yam lachzil levarich v'mekayim kilel. Come on, b'siv hey sivkat and chav base. But now, what happens if you move around? If you're meshana mekaymai meipino lepino within one house, ubayisechad pirush. Says the Mishnah Berurah, Becheder Echad within one room. Describes and explains what in the house. What is the story? Even though you change your place entirely, it's a different corner of the room. Why not? To say no next of Shinuy Makom. Even though you don't see your original place, there's a mechitza separating you. In the world of Chazal, it wasn't a mechitza, it was a big, large oven. You don't need a new bracha. Or we said, but if you're achal ben mizrachas sivkat chavdali in chalik ben shachal shampas shar dvarim shachal peiros ateina Atzma, we conclude with Sivkat and Chavei, then in such a scenario, you would yes have to be Sarech Lavarich. Kimishat inam afsekes, ve'ina roim mekam yarisha. Says the Mishnah Berurah, Mayri shalai amda te'ina b'toich hekef mechitzos. Dim under b'toich hekef mechitzos, if it's within the mechitzah, avshein roim mekam yitzak lavarich. T'chashva kol makam echad. K'vashkas l'abshein makam b'cheder echad. Then it would be considered like one room. But here you're talking about that you're not roya mixas mekaymai. You're not roya your original place, and the te'ina is blocking you, and therefore it's a problem, unless you would be within one mechitza. Which we'll get to. The point here is that you're outdoors. If you had das, then some say it's going to help. So this is really the end of the mechaber. Let's see if there's any one short Dirshu over here. We don't have the other Dirshus. And then in the next year, the Ramah will see more of the Dirshus, which are going to be more of the Allah Lamaisa. But just on this last din, that your Mukav Mechitzas by the Te'ina, the Magan, it says Dirshu number 17. Let's say the garden is on Mukav Mechitzas, but your Mukav Be'irav Kosher. Interesting thought. What does it mean you're in one Rishus? Is the fact that you're in a halachic Rishus, is that enough? Meaning there's an Eruv surrounding or not? Says Rav Elyashiv, it's called one place if you have an Eruv surrounding you. And finally, Ilan is of Gimel, we're going to learn B'Shem the Taz. So even if you're Roy Mekam Risha, and even though over here it sounds like we're Mekel, you don't have to go back to make a new bracha when you're with Hekav Mechitzais. The Taz is going to explain when you go from tree to tree, that is considered going from garden to garden, and that will be Sif Gimel. P'siyata d'Shmaya, we will pick it up from the Ramah in Sif Beis, which again is going to be the large chelik of the Allah Lamaisa of Shinuy Makom in the next year. P'siyata d'Shmaya.